All right, today we're gonna make some Johnny cakes with ginger chicken and citrus glaze. This is a great appetizer for you to make, all right? First things first, we're gonna take some lime zest, get that on in there. Then we're gonna also take some orange zest and get that in there. You want the citrus in the zest has all of the flavor, all right? And then you get the lime juice and some orange juice, but don't be a renegade like me and stab the juice out, all right? Use a fork or get one of those nice fancy juicing machines and get it out, all right? And then you're gonna add some honey to that there, and then you're gonna add some ginger and some garlic, and then you're gonna take some salt, some cayenne, and a little bit of cinnamon, and then give that a good old stir. Stir it up, yeah man. Then you're gonna take some sliced chicken breast, and then we're gonna go ahead on and put that into our marinade. And then you're gonna go ahead on and give that a good old stir, making sure that all the chicken receives the same amount of love, making sure it's all evenly coated, all right? To maximize the flavor, go ahead on and do this a day in advance so that chicken could, have a little fun with that marinade. Then what you wanna do is you wanna get you a skillet and get that skillet nice and hot, all right? Slice it down one small onion, then add that onion to that skillet, all right? And then you're gonna cook that onion for a minute and give it a good old stir. I would give it a stir if I had my spoon next to me, but clearly I don't. Let me go get that. As I was saying, give it a stir, add a good little pinch of salt to it so it will draw out the moisture and begin to help these onions begin to cook. And then after that minute, we're gonna add some dried thyme, give that a good old stir. Make sure that thyme gets blended in with that oil so the essential oils and essence of the thyme can come out. And then we're gonna add our chicken. Now, it's important not to just pour the chicken in there because we want those juices from our marinade, all right? But first, we wanna make sure our chicken cooks and gets a beautiful color on it, all right? So the chicken takes about 4 to 5 minutes to cook. Make sure you keep stirring it, flipping it over if you need to, making sure that both sides of the chicken are evenly cooked, all right? So the chicken's looking good. All sides are looking nice and even. Give it a good stir. And then we're gonna take some chicken stock and we're gonna add it to that leftover marinade, all right? Give that a good stir. Make sure you pick up everything that's left over in that bowl and then pour that into your chicken. Then what you're gonna do is you wanna bring that up to a boil and you wanna let that cook for about 5 minutes. After that 5 minutes, your chicken should be good, firm, and tender. After that's done, set that to the side so we can get to our Johnny cakes. All right, so Johnny cakes is nothing but, to simplify it, it's cornbread in a pancake form, all right? So what you need is some corn flour, some flour, and some sugar, all right? So to that, we're gonna add some baking soda, baking powder, and some salt, all right? This is our dry mixture. Then we're gonna take some chopped up corn, and we're gonna add that to our mixture. Do not use frozen corn. You use frozen corn, you're gonna have a soggy Johnny cake, and don't nobody like soggy Johnny cakes, all right? And to our buttermilk, we're gonna add some melted butter and also a beaten egg, all right? Give that mixture a good little stir. Now, once you do this, the mixture will look coagulated, but don't trip, trust the recipe, keep following the recipe, and just go ahead on and pour that into your dry mixture, all right? Give that a stir until everything's nice and combined. And when you're finished, you'll have this beautiful thick batter, all right? You want a thick batter because thick batter equals tender, fluffy Johnny cakes, all right? Remember that also when you're baking cakes, all right? You want a thick batter because you're gonna have a great cake, all right? So what you do is you're gonna get this skillet nice and hot, add a good amount of oil because you wanna fry these Johnny cakes, all right? You want a little color on them, all right? You want a little golden brown, maybe a little darker brown. You want a little color. Color equals flavor here, all right? So I had the great idea to use this large spoon to make these appetizers portions extremely large. But I found that wasn't a good idea. So as I was cooking them, I realized that it was giving my Johnny cakes an uneven cooking, all right? Because it was so large, all right? Some spots was light brown, some spots was a little dark brown. So I got the grand idea, let me use my cookie scoop and get this beautiful 1 to 2 ounce cookie scoops so I get an even Johnny cake. And then I took my finger and dipped in a little bit of flour and pressed it down and get this beautiful diameter. Look at how look how even that is, all right? And then you let the Johnny cakes cook for 2 minutes each side. And then they fry up so beautiful. Look at how gorgeous that is, all right? So as you fry these in batches, warm your upper oven and put the Johnny cakes into the oven so they can keep cooking. Now let's make our citrus glaze. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some lime zest and we're gonna take some orange zest. Oh yeah, no orange or lime zest left behind. And then there you go, your fancy juicer. I don't know if it's called the juicer because I know what a juice is, but I gotta go ahead on and Google what this device is actually called, all right? So you get all the juices out, all right? And then we're gonna add a little bit of salt and some cayenne to that. And then we're gonna add some honey, all right? Get that grade A honey in there. Give it a good little stir, make sure everything is nice and blended. And then we're gonna bring that mixture up to a boil. And after it comes to a boil, we're gonna let it cook about 3 to 6 minutes, just depending on how fast it's reducing. So we get this beautiful glaze going, all right? And you know you're at a good point where your glaze starts to bubble up like this, all right? That's the citrus and the honey. It's all making love, good chemical reactions. And then after that, you will notice you have this beautiful glaze, all right? So once that's done, it's time to plate up. Grab your platter, grab your Johnny cakes, and go ahead on and place your Johnny cakes on your platter. All right, then you go ahead on and get your chicken. Maybe 1 to 3 pieces of chicken, depending on what you're going for. I was going for a 1-bite appetizer, so I only put 2 pieces of chicken on, all right? And then you want to get some of that cooked down onions, and you want to throw some of those onions on top of the chicken, all right? And then you just want to go ahead on and pour your citrus glaze all over your Johnny cakes, all right? Making sure it's looking good, all right? Yeah, look at that. Looking lovely. And then go ahead on and finish it with a little sprig of cilantro. You can do jalapeno, you can do a little parsley. You can have a little fun with your garnish, all right? Have some fun. Wipe down your platter, make sure everything is nice and clean for presentation. And that's how easy it is to make these beautiful Johnny cakes with citrus ginger chicken with a citrus glaze. You can find a recipe link down below. Hit the like, the notification button. I'll see y'all next time, baby.